Ну що, погнали далі. На чому я там зупинився вчора? Я хотів, навірно... Давай попробуємо ще сюди сходити, якщо цей квест забагований. Ну і похуй. Хай там світиться.
Help a soul out on your journey.
Здорово, свиніна.
He's still not back. Please.
Понятно, він забагався. Через те, що я заїбашив свиню і відьму. Окей, тоді в нас... Непонятні. Це теж багований. Цей теж забагував. Пошли сюди, значить. Радує, що там хоч телепорт є. Не прийдеться через все це болото пертись знов.
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
Так, виложити. Тоді все виложив, да? Да. Ключова маловато. Я для цим буду пользуватись. Потім це все попродаю. Понятна тема. Ну, ладно, хай валяється, воно не особо багато важить. Це я потім опознаю. Все, окей. Пішли знов тут побродим. Мгм. Окей, це мені зараз піздячити в ту комнату, там де той привид був. Кайфово. Угу. Найс, допригнув. Значить, десь тут мали бути. Вже порісалися ці типи. Це жорстко.
You can see that's not how it's meant. Niante, the fractured one. Yes, she feels the void, doesn't she? The emptiness where her compassion once dwelled. What she cast away? A fragment, a spark. Hers, yet no longer hers. It clings to me now. Bound, and does she need it? Truly? Compassion can be a burden, a chain that weighs down the soul. I held it for her because she could not bear it. She gave it to me. Is that what she told you? That I stole it like a thief in the night? No. It was her despair, her doubt, that cast it away. I merely caught it. Because the All-Mother does not abandon her children. Nianti's compassion is a spark, a light meant to guide her. Without it, she stumbles in darkness. But to reclaim it, she must prove herself. It is not a gift freely given. It must be earned. Then she must prove herself worthy. That fragment is steeped in corruption. To return it as it is would destroy her. Take this. It holds what she has lost. Bring it to the All-Mother's altar and cleanse it in her light. Only then will it go. And tell Nianti this. The fire she extinguished still burns. But only she can decide whether to let it consume her.
Да, мені далі. Угу. Арто я тут відкрити не можу. Ну і хуй там. Поняв, мені на виход звідси, не? Да. Погнали. Щоб ти мапнувся? Да, 2 очка можна вкинути. Ту ручку. Та сама. Це я хотів докачань, да. О, є ще теж. І оце треба викачати. Може в скорость атаки все-таки піти. Це буде профітніше, да? Зараз буду вкидуватись в скорость атаки, а тоді вже все остальне докачаю. Це мені вгору, да? Да. Це так неудобно, що геть туди треба піздувати. Могли б десь поближче поставити цей мінгір, чи як він називається. Це камінь телепорта. Я вже не можу дождатися, коли знайду ту срану бутилку на те, щоб скинути всі свої обілки. Начать качати алхімію, кузню і так далі. Хоча мені навіть не одну тоді треба буде. А вдруг там будуть класні ці матеріали. Чи сети якісь особені. Потім понаходжу, які треба буде скрафтити в лейтгеймі. Так що да, мені треба буде позбирати ці бутилки і оставити їх.
Aurelia's voice, it's different now. So, this is it. The piece of myself I've been missing all this time. It feels familiar, yet strange and deeply corrupted. If it truly is mine, I cannot leave it in this state. If I try to retrieve part of my soul from this thing, it will poison me as much as it heals me. She's right. Surprising, considering the things she's whispered to me all this time. Meet me at the statue of the All-Mother. There. You've already done so much for me, but I must ask for one more thing. Thank you.
Погнали. Телепортни мене теж. Звісно ж, ні. А де взагалі далеко та статуя срана? Ага, тут. Ну, не так далеко можна навіть звідси сіганути туди. Якраз, думаю, справимося до ночі і підемо до Мінгіра. Надіюсь, він здохне. А, тут просто вода. Можна було пригнути і не паритись. Здоров, жаба. Ніхуя собі. Ау. Давай, закисай. Руди тут нема, да? Що пістецьке їбашу, їх страшно. І це ще не до кінця реалізований білд. Якщо я ще восприятие собі наберу, там вообще пізданутись крити будуть. Ого, а я тут не був. Ні, чувачок, те це вже не спасе. Чіль. Ну що, тут ніхера нема? Просто цей дотік сидів. Його сплаваємо сюди, може, прикол знайдемо. Де, щось то й знайшли. Але що це за андет тут? В ньому ніхуя, і тут ніхуя. Ні. Сундучок. Спел. І все? Що хоч за спел? Таке, блядь. Не дуже. Ну ладно, хай буде. Тут магом теж прикольно грати. Прям дуже жорстко можна розкачатися і. Коротше, я от зробив собі один з самих ноубрейн білдів через дворучку, тяж і кучу імунів. А міг ще зробити через призив, що теж дуже жорстко.
The
Погнали.
All-Mother's light will reveal the truth. Then let's begin.
Мгм.
Oh, hello. Are you My name is Nianti. I don't know how long I've been here. I don't know why I'm here or why I can't. I came to the All-Mother's Temple not that long ago, I think. They said I had a gift. They said I had the power to heal. I wanted to, but one day something changed. Corruption seeped into the temple, into me. I tried to fight it, to cleanse myself in her light, but I failed. I tried to escape, but I couldn't. And now I'm here. But that can't be the whole story, can it?
Конечно.
What? That can't be true. How could I serve when I'm trapped here? How could I help anyone when I'm incomplete? Tell me, what's left of me out there is needed. Maybe that's true if I still have the power to heal, or perhaps my purpose isn't lost. Perhaps I can still serve. Thank you. You've given me the clarity I've lacked for so long. Whatever path I'll take.
Блядь, я хотів тут полазити. Ні. Ну ладно. Короче, все, я проїбав кучу всяких приколянт. Ну що поробиш? Верни мене назад. Ці самі об мене б'ються. Давай, лети в мене. Найс. Все, зачілься. Блядь, тепер вона буде отак, як фрік стояти, да? Інтересно, на якому двіжку ця ігра зроблена? Це.
So, this is it's strange. like I've been and now I feel as I always should have: compassion, care, hope, all the things I pushed away out of fear. They were never weaknesses, they were my strength. First, I will return to the people of Kunad. They deserve the priestess I promised to be, not the bitter shell I became. You have done more for me than I ever could have asked for. You reminded me of who I truly am. No, you didn't. The All-Mother guided us both. But now it's up to me to carry this forward. Thank you, truly. There is much to do, but this time I will face it with open arms and a whole...
Хорошо, що ти мені це дасиш? Ніхуя. Поняв. Просто експа. Ладно. Експа теж хорошо. Хоча мені б трошки кеша не помішало б зараз. Ех. Там більше нема? Ні, є тіпок. Цих краще фармити, з них падає унікальне... Чел, відійди від обрива, мені треба лут. Оце. Заражена шкура. Чи ні, вона має бути другий. Не пам'ятаю. Ще один, мабуть. Все одно ни хрена не видно, що з факелом, що без. Що у нас тут? Нічого. Ну ладно. Пішли тоді по мейн-квесту. Проженемось. Запалим мінгір, насремо в кашу для цього урода, який там сидить. Ех, жалко, що я тут оцю завалив. Запоров собі класний квест сам. Може й ті остальні я теж запоров якимсь чином, але я поняття не маю як, так що не буду брати на себе цю вину. Придеться обходити. Кстати, поки ніч. Я хочу почекати, може на тій лавці будуть ті приколи чи ні. Може получиться їх стільнути.
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
Чуєш, іди нахуй звідси. Байтим на себе. І сьобаємо. Все, йди нахуй від мене. Цю суку.
Are you hiding from someone?
А ти хто?
Take care now.
Понятно. Сука, сразу палить. Я оці прикольчики хотів спиздити. Палився? Ні. Що тут нас ще? Ну, це мені все треба. Ми робимо так. Суки, улі ви себе хочете. Було б, кстати, ще інтересно через сніг поіграти. Що дальше? Блядь, спалився. Нектор загрузитися, бо зараз все заберуть, що я спиздив. А. Що тут в лавці в нас? Монетки. Трохи крафтової херні. Руду давай сюди. На прилавку. Фріка єбаного. Ти зриви потроши тут. Ладно. Нічого там толкового вже немає, валом звідси. Що, давай запалювати.
It worked. I can hardly believe it. I mean, I hoped, of course, that the wisdom of my predecessors and our shared effort wouldn't fail, but you know how it is. Something could have gone wrong. Is everything alright?
Блядь, знову мінус звука. Суки, да відбалансіть ви звук. Я надіюсь, тут буде нормальним. Блядь, не буде.
So, it's done. The Minhir is alive once more. This changes everything. The people of Cornart will stay where they are.
I wouldn't be so sure. The weirdness continues to thicken, and the threat of the Red Death hasn't passed. Besides, I still have my orders, and they clearly state where your Mynheer...
I know you have your orders, and I, as a lord, am bound by Camelot's law. But the moment of choice has come, and I stand with my people. I am the Lord of Cornart, and not Camelot. I cannot simply command my subjects to abandon their land.
Of all times, you choose now to grow a moral backbone? Spare me. You are a lord, and it is your subjects' duty to do as you command. And if you defy Camelot, well, I don't think I need to tell you how that will end.
Нічим, я спалю нахуй твій камелот.
But that's where you're wrong, Dinholm. There is one thing even Camelot cannot dispute. Not if they wish to avoid a civil war that would break out if they defied their own laws.
What are you talking about? How exactly is Camelot defying its own laws?
I will lead an expedition to find the Holy Grail. Such is my will.
What? So you've really thought this through, haven't you? Well, if that is the will of the Lord of Kurnacht, then Camelot will have no choice but to acknowledge it. I'll report this to command. They're in for a surprise.
Фу, блядь. Виблядок. Всіх
You heard what
переріжу.
Dinholm said. Camelot won't dare touch the Minhir as long as I lead the expedition for the Holy Grail. Once again, I need your help, and I'm prepared to grant whatever you ask in return. People I can trust. Those prepared to share the burden of this quest for the Grail. I can't command anyone to join me. They must come of their own free will. Otherwise, the expedition is doomed to fail before it even begins. You see, here's where it gets interesting. I've turned Camelot's own ancient laws against them. No one can dissuade the seekers of the Holy Grail from their sacred mission. That means all orders are effectively halted until I return. With my shield, or on it. It also ensures the people of Kurnocht have the right to remain on their land until I'm back. Which, of course, means I don't have to return at all. I don't, but perhaps I should. A lord's worth is measured by the respect of his people. It is time I follow in the footsteps of my noble ancestors and do what must be done. If this holy mission can secure peace for my people, then I shall see it through. And if by some miracle we return with the legendary Grail, all the better. My word would become law, and the men here would remain untouched. By Camelot's own laws, I could even lay claim to the crown should I wish it, but I don't. My Kurnocht is enough for me. I would start by looking among the most trusted and eldest members of our community. Our priestess, Niante, possesses unparalleled talent in healing. Her presence would certainly be invaluable on such a journey. Then there's Urfa, a skilled blacksmith who was once a formidable warrior. If not for the strength of his muscles, the strength of his mind could prove useful. You might also speak with Maggot. Since the two of you have been through so much together, he may not be thrilled by the idea, but I believe his heart is still in the right place. A sense of purpose in what we're about to undertake. Now that the men here is reigniting, the people will be safe and retain the right to stay on their land. Each of them must understand that this is about the fate of all Kurnocht. For some, it might even serve as a chance for a change in scenery. Approach them with kindness. They all have their demons, and I doubt they'll agree to join if they are still tethered by unresolved matters.
Понятно.
Thank you. And believe me, and whether they agree or not, I will set out for the Grail. I will buy more time for Kurnocht.
Понятно, то есть якби я не поробив кучу цих... Що ви лохи?
Ah, there you are. Fair.
Якби я не поробив оці побочки, то зараз мені прийшлося по них бігати. І по ідеї так і було б краще, навірно, може менше багувалося б, але я звідки маю знати, блять, логіку розрабів. Хоч десь це написано, що типу спочатку йди по мейн-квесту. Ну це в принципі логічно, але рот я їбав. Мені більше нравиться побочки виконувати. Фу, давай сюди метнемося. Що за непокорне серце, інтересно. Ай, ладно, давай по очереді їх зберемо і піздець. Щоб жопу свою не морочити, правда? Так, де Таinted? Чи вона не тут? Ще не здох. Коли ти в зданні чи в якійсь локації, ти не можеш карту відкрити. Ну, це крінж. Що чесно. Як я надіюсь, що мені вийде попасти в Камелот і спалити його нахуй. Ну, по факту тут ни хрена цікаво, зря тільки вламувався сюди. Ладно. Розпалив Мінгір, но ніхуя не помінялося. Це так само. Нормально. заплутався. Ні, не хочу. Ага. А я можу сюди, наприклад, виставити вудочку, кірку, ще всякі приколямби, ні?
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
Десь цього лоха подкекаю. Слухай, як це він психує. А що той попав чи що? Ладно, давай дождемся ранку. Уровень сюди. Я хотів це викачати, да? Вплоть до скількох на слідуючому левелі до 30%. Ну це не хуйово. 30% скорості атаки бустанути. Потім це докачаю. Це теж прикольно. Тоже хорошо. Ну ні, це потім, це і сюди піду. Очки характеристик поки не знаю, куди вливати, так що поки так побудуть. Ну такі сили лутбокси сьогодні. Це прикольно. Так, тоді привал, штемперанку. А що ці фріки повтікали? Все, нема? Так, окей, ти є, хорошо.
I'll away.
Ладно. Тобі ні хрена не можна здати. А кому тоді ставати оці черепушки дезертирів?
I'll away.
От хер його знаю. Зайобно. Інтересно, цей череп дасть мені ще якийсь квест? Може він мене зараз в ту башню відправить? Це було б прикольно, я хотів би там побувати. Надіюсь, він мене в башню відправить, а не в наркотріп їбаний. Та нічого нового, да? Same shit. Я би оце взяв би, навірно. Нема мані.
Really? What for? The Mynheer. Ah, yes. That makes sense. I can see it now. And he sent you to me. But honestly, I'm not worthy. And I don't think I'd just get in the way. Or worse, the maggot inside me is still strong. I know it. That's why tell Yvain I'm sorry. I'm honored he thought of...
Тьфу, блядь. Зневага. А може ще сили бустануть собі? Цих 8 очків в силу втулити, щоб прям гасить страшно. Чи восприяття підкачать, щоб критувати? Це було б жорстко. Думай тепер. Я потримаю поки ці очки характеристик.
Beor is still wet behind the ears, and his heart is barely beating. Until I'm sure.
Понятно.
You're just in time.
І як понять, що йому стало лучше? Чел, ну що за хуйня?
Beor is still wet behind the ears, and his heart is barely beating.
Якщо в мене зараз мейн-квест залагає, я йобнусь. Але я, скоріш всього, поняв в чому. Прямо мені треба до тих типів з кунахта. Чи ні, як там називається. Коротше, до дікарів піти і попробувати в них виковати серце. Цю біора. Що ти тут робиш, а не в больничці? Обжиха.
I know. I'm the one who suggested it. It's the only way to get Camelot to hold off moving the Manir. Yvain can count on me. After everything that's happened, I see now that this is... Tell Yvain I'll...
Окей. Шлі тоді. Цих типів. Але дивися, всі побочки дуже пов'язані, кстати, якщо так подумати. Тобто я б зараз не зміг би цей квест виконати. Окей, тоді мені треба оце, да? Блять, але цілу гільдію алхіміків проїбав через якийсь непонятний баг. Сука, знав би, що воно забагує, я б не йшов би в ту срану піщеру. Звідки я маю це знати? Правильно. Інтересно дуже, що тут ще пару закритих локацій є. Можна я попаду? Сножопік, ти де там? Зачілься. Окей. Ще тут був кемпік недалеко. І біля нього, мабуть, титан, правильно? Бам! Да, титанчик на місці. Так, надо реально рашити вже по квестам, хватить оце шлятися, бо я вже перекачаний і мені не дуже то й весело. Ось так куточку. Тут ще має бути пару цих титанових руд. Їх треба збирати, бо за рахунок них я і апаю свій шмот нинішній. А може і next шмот теж буду не мапати. Я не впевнений. Який там ресурс треба. Вау. Оба. Десь ще мало бути тут, да? Я ж правильно пам'ятаю, що їх тут 2 штучки було? Вроді да, так що давай спустимось трошки. Все, не розіб'єшся нахуй. Не достаю. А як я сюди мав би попасти? Хто мені не розкаже? Так, можна пробувати. Хорошо. А де тоді ще титан, мабуть? Він 100% був ще тут один. Не бачу. Ну, ладно, нема так нема. Пиздошитесь у восприятие, чи в силу? Здорово, нитросердце.
Oh, and where'd you hear a tale like that? I didn't know our stories had traveled so far. The Camelosians prefer to call us heartless beasts only capable of destruction. But I suppose a tale about creating a heart in the fires of a forge is something only another blacksmith would believe and appreciate. So, that bay... Aye, that's the way of it. A heart given to those creatures is never whole when it returns. If it returns, they drain every joy, every spark, leaving what's left little more than a brittle husk. I'm sorry your friend bears that burden. He used iron, didn't he? Iron's too brittle. Steel's no better. It's cold, lifeless. To forge a heart, you need metal that is alive. You need a metal that will sing as your heart sing. Twice. Once for a man whose wife's heart had been frozen by an ice weaver. He feared it would shatter, so I made her a new one. The other, well, it beats in my beloved's chest, as his beats in mine. Both forged in the same fire, bound to the forge as much as to each other. Aye, it's the only metal fit for such a task. But weird steel alone isn't enough. It must be woven with ethereal cobwebs, threads that will give the heart its strength. Bring me those and I'll forge the heart. After that, it will need to be filled. But that task will fall to you.
Ой, блядь, марь камінь. Перебекаємося знов, щоб достати собі з сумки марь камінь. Блядь, так не люблю такої тупої хуйні. Могли б зробити соєдинити, типа той сундук з квестовими цими предметами. Ну, в плані, от, наприклад, мені зараз треба цей марь камінь бігти свого сундука доставати. Ну, мені якби турбо впадло. Це бігаєш туди-сюди, як дурачок. А так би от в діалозі було б, щоб іменно такі діалогові квести, там, де треба здавати всякі інгредієнти, були з'єднані з цим тайніком. Це ж було б хайф. Так, марь камінь. Ну, штучку. Слухай, нормально я його назбирав. Це непогано. Добре, що хоч ця паутина не викидається в стеж, а назбирується як окрема валюта. Інтересно, а що це серце дає? Якщо воно бустить характеристики, я теж собі таке хочу.
Good. Give me a moment to find the... I haven't lost my touch. Here, your friend will have a strong, beautiful heart. At least in terms of craftsmanship. The rest is up to you. The art is just an empty vessel. Life, of course. A heart must be full of life to stop beating. But we'll talk about that when you return. Well, there are two ways. Through death, or through sacrifice. No, of course not. You can fill it with the life of creatures you kill, but it will take some time. A life torn away is far less willing than a life freely given, and I can't say what effect it'll have on Bayor. It's not a method we use often. You can pour some of your own life into the art. It'll weaken you, sure, but I'd say some sacrifices are worth making. Besides, I believe it will give you another kind of strength. Then he'll have a cold lump of steel in his chest. If you want to fill it up with the energies of things you kill, just hold it up when you fight. It will collect life, and at some point, will give you a sign that it's beating again. Come to me and I'll ban if you decide to fill it with your own energy. Either way, come back with either a full heart...
30 макс здоров'я. Ахуєть. Ну, забирай. Впадло з ним бігати.
Remember, don't resist it. Let go of your instincts and focus on the heart. You'll feel a bit weak afterward, but don't worry. Strength can always be rebuilt. Here. Feel how warm it is.
Окей, скільки в мене? 149 хп, ну, нормально. Мені хватить, в принципі, мені хп не то, що... Та ні, хп в процентах мені якраз таки треба. Значить, я можу ще там в деяких ветках його підапати. І будемо бачити, що з цього вийде. Ну, поки що я в фул ДПС вкидаюся. Якби захисту в мене до пізди. Плюс я ще тайблайт в шмотках. Ну, типа в середніх бігаю. Що таке собі? Я хотів би в фул тяжі. О, сліпе. Я хотів би в фул тяжі ганять. Це буде швидше, навіть. Ну, казалось так, що ті шмотки, які мені зараз треба, вони лайт. Ти мені винний.
Not something for me to... What? That's amazing. What materials did he use? What else was needed? Did he tell you how to make it? Oh my. I have so... For this, I will need your help, my friend. Once more, as always. So, shall we begin? Let's see if those Stone Warden legends... I suppose that's it. Surprising how simple it is to look into someone's heart and tear it out, isn't it? It's different. Everything looks a bit like it's my... I guess more will become clear with time. The measure of my debt to you is 2 hearts. I don't know how a man could ever I'll be going back to work.
Окей, just level up. Обновив асортимент. Блять, ні. Useless.
Beor's fully recovered. He's doing well and making his own decisions. He doesn't need an old man hovering over him anymore. And, well, to be honest, I've been waiting for... You've done right by me, so I'll give you some advice. This whole expedition is madness. But, as they say, sometimes there's method in madness. And I'll admit, I'm glad these old bones can... I might not think much of our Lord, but I won't turn my back on him when he needs help. This isn't just about him. Tell Yvain he can count on me.
Окей, круто, класно, весело. Світі. Я би ще порадив тому Івейну взяти оту подругу, яка стоїть на ринку. Вроді як вона шарить, що вона робить, і ні в якому разі не брати того фріка, який теж стоїть там на ринку. Прям уйобіще рідкісне. З завісті до того, що його не називають лучшим лучником, поламав піздату ігрушку. Придурок, блядь.
You doing okay?
Виродок. Здоров.
Good to see. There's all...
Не можна. Ну ладно. Що поробиш?
Spare a coin for the hungry.
Угу. По чуть-чуть атлетизм прокачається. Це круто. Це збільшує мій move speed.
Just keep your head down.
Заткни їбало. Що, давай, гаси звідси.
What news? The people I told you about. Have any of them agreed to join me? Well done. Naturally, I would have preferred to bring them all, but 2 will make... Perhaps along the way, we'll meet others willing to lend us their skills. After all, I can hardly believe you're the only one bold enough to roam the world in search for adventure. You've done me a great favor, so allow me to repay you. Before I depart, Know this. You brought change to Connacht and earned my deepest gratitude. Let my repayment be the blessing my lineage received.
І що? Що ти мені дасиш?
Be the shield that watches over Connacht, as House Terion has done for generations.
Блять, зараз мінус вуха будуть. Алло. Ага, ладно. Дешево якось получилось, ну ладно. Окей, я получив ще один сок цього
I am his oath.
Артура.
I am the wall.
You can't just allow for things like that to happen. Not ever again. Not when the kingdom is beginning to find its way. You're the king, and that comes with a whole lot more responsibility. You can't let people like Merlin do what they want, even if their intentions are pure. You must see the danger now.
The memory of Seawall is my burden. Harder to bear than I'd like to admit. But I've realized that his story is what happens when power answers to no one.
Then do something so that a tragedy like that never happens again.
Palamedes, you've always spoken your mind, even when I didn't want to hear it. You've stood beside me through the darkest days and fought not for glory, but for Avalon and its people.
I have done only what I believe was right, nothing more.
Yes, and that made me realize that Merlin was wrong. The legacy I leave won't endure through the legend of a single man, whether it's me or anyone else. I decided to give my sword to the Horns of the South, to bind them not to me, but to the people. But Avalon needs more than that. It needs structures, memory, and resistance to corruption. It needs the foundation of something greater than any one of us.
A shield?
Yes. One to guard Avalon, even from itself. You've proven yourself time and again, so my shield is yours, Palamedes. Not just to wield, but to become. Let your bloodline anchor what my reign could not.
And you believe I am worthy of such a responsibility? I will not fail you, my king.
Don't carry this burden for me, Palamedes. You never have. Carry it for Avalon, and may your name be a blessing upon this land for generations to come.
Бро, крінж. Ва, ще щось. Ой, оце йобка. Да, тут даже думать нехуй, що. Піздане так піздане. Мені нравиться. Так, далі. Це на скорость атаки. Потім, наверное, оце. До ТПС. Угу. А ні, оце спочатку. Чи ні? Ні, давай до ДПС, а тоді вже ує урон. Окей. Ладно, мало нахуй звідси. Ми до цих дверей треба підійти.
Now isn't an object. It's the bloodline itself. But I also remember the shield was meant to resist. Not enemies, not blades, but corruption, compromise, cowardice. Palamedes understood that. Nothing I've seen here reminds me of him. Nothing resembles the kingdom we were trying to build. Lord Yvain, a joke of a man. A mere shadow of his ancestor. Not worthy of his title, nor of leading his people. I tried to build something lasting. Something that wouldn't depend on me to survive. I distributed power, tied it to oaths, not blood. Gave regions autonomy, left behind symbols to bind them. But what we've seen so far, that's not a kingdom. That's theater. People playing at being lords and commanders, taking on roles they don't even understand. All I've seen here is fear. Indecisive men wearing the mask of power. But their power comes from symbols they don't even understand. And when a decision needs to be made, they hesitate. When danger appears, they flinch. Denholm, commander of Camelot's forces, is incapable of acting without direct orders. Yvain, a descendant of Palamedes, yet too weak to stand against choices that harm his people. Their fear breeds indecision. If you cannot choose, you cannot protect. And if you cannot protect, Avalon rots. Merlin wanted me to become a symbol. But I realized that one person, one myth, won't be enough. This kingdom needed more. It needed to stand on stronger foundations. And so, I left mementos behind, to serve as cornerstones for various facets of the kingdom. It seems we were both wrong about this. We gave our people peace, but they've come to take it for granted. Perhaps those who live without struggle grow soft, and in comfort, they let go of their values. Symbols, without the will to uphold them, are little more than ornament. It was you the men here responded to, and you who rekindled it. You did all the work, turned the situation into something Yvain could exploit. Without that, Kuanacht would still be waiting. For what? A miracle? That's why I have to come back. Without us, without hands that act, this land just waits and rots. Yes, the situation is complex, but that is precisely the burden of a leader. Complexity does not excuse paralysis, and yet they sit in deadlock, doing nothing, while the world around them fractures. Turn every resource toward understanding why the weirdness is returning and stopping it. Hiding in Camelot is cowardice. Staying here? Stupidity. But what I would do doesn't matter. This is precisely why Palamedes was made Avalon's shield. To judge for himself what serves the people. Even if it meant standing against me. I named his bloodline the Shield of Kurnacht, and granted them dominion over this Menhir, with full autonomy. The land here is among the richest in Avalon. This place was meant to stand as a counterweight to Camelot's rising power. Well, my friend, they still call me the once and future king. Still hold feasts in my name. Feasts won't save them, but action might. We've wasted enough time. Let's move to the Forlorn Swords and find my crown. Let's make me whole. It's the last hope for...
Конечно. Ми щас підемо зачищати прикольні данжики, а не всю хуйньою маєтесь. Па. Не зря ж мене сюди закинули. З'їбався.
Just keep your head down.
А де цей? Роз'їбав?
Ah, there you are. What? Until...
Понятно. Чи може він в комнаті стояв, а я його просто не побачив? Ладно, це не важливо.
Are you sure you want to do this? You can still back out. Camelot will surely forgive you for this insubordination.
I have never been more certain of anything in my life. This is the only way.
Fine. Do as you will. Look who woke up. You're a bit late, though. You missed the show. Our Lord gave a rousing speech to his subjects explaining why he's going to leave them in these dire times. I'll leave you two. I need to start cleaning up the mess. And before I forget, some shady-looking character was looking for you. Didn't tell me his name, but said you're old friends. Said he'll wait nearby.
Greetings, friend of our house. What may I do for you today? As soon as the necessary preparations are complete. With any luck, it won't take much longer. Ansem will assume my duties in my absence. He is my most trusted man, and he is respected by the people. For now, he's assisting me in gathering supplies. I do not know when or if I will return. Kurnacht and its people must be ready for either eventuality. I cannot say for certain, but I have faith that Anselm will manage. Truth be told, he's been the one keeping things in order for quite some time now. Since Maeve's passing, I've been all too aware of how much I've neglected my responsibilities. Camelot will keep the peace in my stead. And I can only hope that the people of Kurnacht will come to... We may not agree on every matter, but I cannot deny Denholm's honor. When I return... So, I thank you once more. House Terion is... No, wait. I am personally deeply indebted to you because of your... Really? I hope, although in... well... House Terion ends with me. Lady Maeve was never granted the chance to give me an heir. And I couldn't bring myself to take another wife or continue the lineage while the world I knew crumbled around me. But your words are kind. The story of my family began...
Я би хуй в реальності таке сказав би. Я б сказав би йому так, як є, що він клоун їбаний. Стільки сидів, м'явся. Але, скоріш всього, я б на його місці так само робив, би, сука, знов цей душніла. Підійду на минутку. Я тут. Що ти з мене хочеш?
Well, look at you. Moving along nicely, aren't we? You're piecing him back together faster than I expected. We're getting closer to the end. And since you've proven yourself so capable, maybe it's time. You should have enough power now to enter his mansion. Here, go to this place and see if the door opens for you. No. If you want to know the truth about the man pulling the strings, it's time you took a look behind the curtain. It's the house of someone I once called my employer, Orin. The same one whose plans got you out of the island asylum. I don't know. We stopped seeing eye to eye on certain things, and our relationship soured. No, not really. There's one last piece of Arthur's soul waiting for you. The third artifact. His crown, this time. You'll find it deep in the Forlorn Swords, in the capital city of Dalriata. Meet with Gerfan. He'll either attack you on sight, or explain everything patiently, depending on how he feels about... Oh, you'll see for yourself. How would I know? I'd say going into Dalriata territory is a surprise all on its own. But don't worry, they've got bigger problems at the moment than you sneaking off with their sacred helmet. Once you're done, meet me at the Charred Conclave. That's where we'll finish this, one way or another.
Понятно. Я так і думав, що в башню треба. Але спочатку ми десь сюди мітнемося. Як сюди швидше попасти буде? Ну, проход anyway тільки звідси, так що. Підемо по полях. Блядь, так бісить, що ці кости їбані. Запагували. Я вроді все тут вже ісследував. Тут, по-моєму, якийсь цей був закритий склеп. Я не зміг в нього попасти. Тут я не був. Чи ні? Да, я тут не був взагалі. І тут якась друїдська херня закрита. Давай попробуємо подивитись, що в карманах цього друїда. Але, напевно, пізніше. Спочатку треба мітнутися сюди десь. Да. Так і зробимо. Вдруг того в друїда в карманах буде ключ, який мені треба. Чи мене ще потім сюди будуть відправляти? Хер я знаю. Так, куди мені треба? Да, по цій дорозі. Ну, погнали. Знов уйвотуча бігатні. А прикинь, ці двері, які я зараз хочу пооткривати, треба будуть мені потім по квесту, бо оцей меч і цей доспіх виглядає як щось, ну, хай-левельне. Типа я не мав їх так рано отримати. Але раз получив, значить в мене була ця можливість це зробити, правильно? Це солом'яні дурачки. Що все-таки нападуть? До побачення. Це всі? Ще тут. Все, тепер має бути все. Погнали далі. Єбать. Що його шотнув? Ладно, не важно.
Wait,
Зачілься.
watch your backs.
Да, я вже піздальки перекачаний для цієї локи, пора з неї зав'язувати. Тут, о, цей мостик. Зараз буде забавно, якщо я перейду в Next локу і буду получать пізду. Бо як на мене, я ну ніхуя собі вкачаний. Хоча, можна і більше. Десь тут був проход. Да.
Show me what you're made of.
До побачення. От кому ці ж кожу здавати? З клеймом, чи як воно там? Мені йти до того, типа? Звичайно взяв, ну ладно, потім викину, якщо що. От воно, погнали. Тренировочна площадка. Угу. Здорово, Фрік. Давно не бачились. Лучше б не бачились ніколи, нахуй. А, ти доволі вже слабенький, так що ти откисаєш. Ти даже не атакуєш мене вже? Давай, на созвоні. І він пустий. Ой, тільт, а можна мені цю ломаку? Я б не помахав. От, погнали далі. Це все? Алло, нечесно, де лут? Нахай мені ці фрагменти пам'яті. Я не хочу більше з тим фріком базарити. Хочу лут. О, здоров. Явно не те, що я б сильно хотів би.
We meet again, Lost Prince. I was mistaken about our previous encounter. I erred in thinking I had unraveled what the Pale Lady had planned for the both of us. But I should have known better than to presume or anticipate the moves of someone as shrewd as her. I am tired, Prince. I am so terribly tired. I feel burned out. I can't weave anymore. I don't want to. Never imagined that such a moment could come. Oh, what a truly sorrowful thing. To accept that all things must finally fade. You meeting me? As I mentioned upon your first visit, I thought it was just a coincidence. A fortunate weave of various events that, under a different alignment of stars and smaller choices, would never have come to pass. However, it turns out that I was meant to fulfill a specific role, and it was not to weave new life as I once believed. To weave bridges between you and her despair. Bridges that would allow you to gather the memory shards. She used me. Yet I cannot even bring myself to be angry with her. I see now that she seeks to restore the bonds that once were, before her world shattered and fell into ruin. The pain of a mother who has lost her child, it is difficult to comprehend, especially for us. For centuries, we never had to face loss, and then only by gazing upon you humans, we had to deal with the idea of death. To live in a world in which everything has to die, such a horrible and terrifying thing. Her desire was to bring her son back. I understand that, but can't really empathize with it. Understanding others has always been the strength of humankind. And anger? I'm not sure. For now, I just want peace. I don't want the weirdness. I don't want to weave. I don't want to feel. She hopes that by restoring her son's memory, she will finally bring him back. The Pale Lady wants to put you on a proper path. Yet she does not realize how daunting and impossible this challenge truly is. But those driven by despair rarely measure their actions with reason. Places like this one, or the one where we met before, were chosen by the Pale Lady for a reason. On their own, they're nothing more than aberrations twisted by the weirdness. To bridge your reality and ours, someone had to weave the passages. That someone was me. In both instances, I believed all my efforts were aimed at weaving a new Foredweller, for the first time in centuries. But the truth was far from that. The Archspire was a bridge to the place where her son was born. In that cave, I wove the prints from the threads of the weirdness granted to me by the Pale Lady. They were resonating with great desire. It seems the place we stand in now was marked as the place where I had to create the next passage. Since we lost the war against your kind, we retreated to Tuathan, severing ourselves from the rest of Avalon. All the while, the weirdness has continued to change. It has grown wilder, more untamed, and far harder to control, even for us. For centuries, places like this seemed lifeless, stripped of their potential. And then the spark began to return. It was then that I resumed my work. I did not dare to peer beyond my lost prince. I feel that what lies ahead is bound to a profoundly intimate and ineffably personal aspect of the Pale Lady. It is between you and her. Prince, leave me behind. I played my... Hopefully that will grant me freedom. Farewell.
Понятно, що по луту. Нахуй я сюди йшов. Interesting place.
There's no greater joy than watching how a son, born of desire, grows. There's no greater despair than watching how a son, born of one's own thought, perishes.
Схоже на оцю чумоч Красної Смерті. Да, це вона. Здоров.
And now you stand here, hidden deep within. And even I cannot fathom what my heart feels. Still torn, for you are not wholly him, my son, my prince of Tuathan. Yet there is a flicker of joy within me, for you carry the soul of an Arthur, whose life was chosen for my son. This means the fragments of memory I gathered and kept safe may be saved. The heart, bleeding and plagued, A fragment of me, of my despair, accidentally brought into existence upon the homelands. My tears seeped into your soil, birthing a terror that became inseparably bound to your kind. The Spectre, the Red Death. Unintentionally, I could not have foreseen what such an entanglement of our realities would bring. I could not have known the depths of pain wrought by the loss of a beloved child. When it started to spread, I couldn't find a way to stop it. I am so terribly sorry. Arthur believed that abandoning the homelands would stop the plague. The Red Church committed truly horrific acts in their desperate attempt to halt the blight. Yet, no matter what you humans do, the plague will always return. It's like a curse cast upon your kind. And so, you will drown in my tears. I want my son back. You walk your own path, yet you will be faced with choices. I hope that, among them, you will find a way to bring my son back. However, I cannot impose my will upon you. It took me a long time to understand that not everything should be demanded by force. I believe so. And you are all... Since my son's fate became entwined with that of Arthur, the King of Mortals, it is necessary to reconstruct the soul of the ruler whose essence you carry within your heart. You will also need the fragments of my son's memory. The ones I so carefully concealed for you to find. Beyond that, the Weaver may possess something helpful. His life-giving spindle. It may prove invaluable when the final trial comes. If you manage to find him, take it. He is no longer bound by the places I created for him, where he could work in peace. I have a feeling he may have returned to his workshop, deep within the Forlorn Swords. It is a tale about the Prince of the Four Dwellers, who unexpectedly became the king of humankind. Arthur. We are connected. In the homelands, he heard my call from beyond the mist. It guided him to Avalon. I met him during his journey. I gifted him with the sword, the Spectre, of which you now carry within yourself. He is someone very dear to me. Someone I lost decades ago, whose soul found a new body in your lands. As you already know, we found a way to gaze upon the homelands. My son was fascinated by humans. Fascinated by your impermanence and fragility. When one has to deal with entropy and decay, everything suddenly gains far greater significance, doesn't it? He must have desired to live the life of a human. Perhaps it is one of the most powerful manifestations ever achieved by a Four-Dweller. Oh, the Weaver. I remember the spark of joy that lit up his pale face when he saw what emerged from the threads of weirdness I gifted him. A living being, brimming with such boundless potential. So vibrant with life. He always had a fondness for my child. He called him the Prince. In the homelands, I saw a powerful thing that we Four-Dwellers lacked. It was love, one of many emotions I had to learn. We lived in a world where everything was potent and possible. It made us live a life where we were drowning in decadence. I longed for something more. Our emotional structure was much less complicated than yours. You were quite an inspiration. Yes, I am fully aware that my will to bring Arthur to the shores of Avalon brought war and ruin upon my own kin. What would you have me say? There are no proper words for this. I will simply fall silent. Draw your... Yes, although that was a horribly distorted part of me, living as if it were another life. Now I feel more whole. The emptiness is sharper. The sorrow far more profound. One aspect of the potential of the weirdness is that it can serve as a tool. For that, I needed a craftsman. Someone who could sense even the thinnest threads of that potential as part of a greater whole. Every Four-Dweller could manipulate the weirdness to some degree. But not all did so with the finesse of the Weaver. He could harness that potential for something far, far greater, like weaving a new life, for example. My skills lay elsewhere. Among them was the ability to peer beyond the horizon of our civilization, to see a different world. A world without the weirdness. A world filled with meaning and purpose. Constructed through intricate connections. A single living organism, yet full of individuality at the same time. I feel that sometimes you do not realize just how extraordinary your land truly was. Are you sure? If you have, this may be our last meeting before... this may... So, it is done. I am glad my heart could host you. I hope you will succeed in reaching the goal you pursue. You leave this place with another shard. Use the memory of my son wisely. Ah, one more thing. That perfect obedience will no longer be your burden. It was never my will, but rather a flawed interpretation by humans, consumed with the madness of the dying. Farewell.
Короче, понимаю, в чому. Чого Skyrim настільки охуєнний. Там нема таких їбанутих замутів, вони тут прям з сюжетом напереборщили. Ніхіра непонятно. Ну, типа, воно складається все більш-менш в якусь цепочку, але все одно, ну, нахріна так сложно. Що вообще відбувається? Хоча я не скажу, що Elder Scrolls дохуя простий всесвіт, але, ну, набагато не такий душний, як цей. Так, ладно. Валим в Next. Данжики такі. В ідеї там має бути щось поцікавіше, ніж це говно. Ладно, не хочу довго бігати, так що зробимо так, зробимо так. Прикольно. Хуйня. Оце хороша тема, берем. Нового левела не получиш. Шкода. Ладно, в мене десь тут були, значить. О, якраз тут є, хорошо, переход. Пригаємо в нього. І мені на низ. Погнали. Блять, надіюсь, не вб'юсь. Може я задалеко пригнув, бо ще тут вроді як було щось. І з ним. Оп, ще одні інтересні двері. Ще одна гробниця сера Гайвіна якогось. Взагалі не пам'ятаю такого типа. Ну тут, по ідеї, ми маємо нормально полутатися. Слухай, він тут жирненький. А на остальних локаціях я їх шотав. Тут вже все посерйозніше має бути. Жорстко. Здоров. Треба хорошо тут дивитись по сторонам. В цих зарослях можуть бути якісь приколямби. Можуть і не бути. Ніфріт. Інтересно, на що я буду крафтити з цього ніфріту? О, бач, знайшли щось. Блять, лучше б не знаходив, позоріще. На локації шикарно виглядають. Так, тут оцих лазерних не є, он до вже хоче фоткать мене. Зачились. Я вроді як мав аує-урон наносити, а щось не дуже. Ну, або багована ця ветка, або я щось не так поняв. Піздець, лут мусорний. Да. І що тут взагалі ніхуя не буде? Блять. Опа. А що ти з їбалом, чел?
Ah, a visitor. It has been a while since we've had one, hasn't it, my dear Gawain? Will I need to carry the bones of my only companion to his resting place today? Or could it be that this is the day? Apologies, Wanderer. For a very long time, the good Sir Gawain has been my only company in this place. As much as he was once known for his sharp wit, time and decay have taken his voice from him. I've grown used to our conversations being one-sided. I hope you'll forgive me if I slip into old habits. I am Sir Bertilac, Wanderer. I keep watch over the cursed, restless sleep of dearest Sir Gawain. He is dear to me now, but long ago, I thought little of him. An honorless, arrogant whelp he seemed to me. But when I struck him down, and saw him look up at me in quiet wonder as he drew his last breath, I understood that both tools in the hands of those with power, afterthoughts in the games they played. The endless, hateful dance of a pair of siblings so alike, they were a mirror of each other. The Lady Morgaine had me believe I was meant to cut short the reckless, unruly ways of her brother's knights, to prove he let them act without honor. She said she only wished to be heard, but as I sat here, forgotten, I came to understand. She wanted Arthur to hurt, as she had been made to hurt. With cunning, with expedience. He was given a choice: die with honor, or live without it. But is a choice truly a choice if its only purpose is deception? Gawain chose life, yet I struck him down. And in the end, he got neither life nor death. Only suffering. And me, the only one left to remember. Challenge me, Wanderer. End my give my dear Gawain one last. If you are the one the Lady Morgaine truly meant to punish, then at last, now, so be it.
Ого! Оце було ніхуйово. Чел, конечно, мені впиздячив знатно. А, ще один. Здоров. Ні. Оце було хороше. Кінець-то щось веселе. Що це приколямба. Лайф. Ой, ти реально зелений. О, ще сюди. Ну, от, получив. Так, що по луту? Кал. Плащ. Кстати, непоганий. Даже навіть не знаю. Ну це на виносливість, кстати, мені доволі непогано підійшло б. Хоча, наверное, не дуже. Ну, класні ноги. Охуєнні ноги, я б сказав би. башка ця класна. Ця броня охеренна. Що от наша друга має б місце бути. І меч класний. Тобто топорик. Можна ніхуйово махати ним. Тут треба вже подумати, що буде прикольніше. У мене буде до піздіщі ХП, я регенюся з дворучкою. Звучить як щось пиздате. Вісім восприяття я доволі легко підніму. Меч, звісно, в мене набагато піздатіший, ніж цей топорик, але й топорик має місце бути, він прям хороший. Тобто з шансом 30% це доволі непоганий шанс, ти можеш камбекнути собі 50 виносливості, а це дохіра. Тобто можна піздець як махати цим топором. Його можна ще зачарити на якусь отраву там, чи підпалювання, чи якусь срань. Оля, звучить хайпово. Мені нравиться. Тут хороший лут. Здоров. Це Моргана, да?
He didn't deserve to be forgotten. At least now, he has a purpose once more. I've been dreading that question. I won't lie. You've already met them all, I'm afraid. I'm the last remaining member of the guild, and have been for the past 100 years. Well, until now, you can see why I was so excited for you to join. A long life is a gift the wordness grants to many, but to me, it's been even more generous than most.
Ну ти пиздиш, ти Моргана.
Maybe I'll live only as long as I'm needed, or maybe longer. Whatever the wordness wills, I'll accept it, like I always have. It's a bit more complicated than that. The wordness is our fears, our desires, and the mark we leave on this world. It can be whatever we wish it to be, and we can become whatever it chooses to make of us. We are part of the wordness, and it is part of us. It shapes us, yes, but we can shape it in return. Not as well as the Four-Dwellers once could, but perhaps all we need is time. I was brought into the guild by Eleanor Dunn, a royal geographer who found the one dearest to her soul among my tribe. She lived among us for many years, but when her beloved became one with the wordness, Eleanor was allowed to prepare her body for the last rites, yet never truly as one of us. My people accepted their bond, but never her, so she left, and I followed her, as a good daughter should, even if not by blood. I met a few more members as I traveled with her, but over time they grew fewer and fewer, until, until only I was left. But as long as one of us is still alive, so is the guild, and I won't let my second family be forgotten. Ah, Sir Bertilac, from Gawain's executioner to his protector. There's no need to worry about him. His soul walks Avalon freely now, shining bright. All of Morgaine's darkness has lifted. I'm sure he and Sir Gawain will cross paths again, this time without the shadow of a curse between them. We all want peace, but it rarely comes easily. The knights swore to protect Avalon, and now that Sir Gawain will find his peace, as will you and his majesty. But it will take effort from all of us. A strong king means a strong Avalon, and for that, he needs his knights. The word Nis is like a web. Without strong threads to hold it together, it tears apart, and chaos follows. Every soul wandering Avalon is one of those threads, but the ones who shaped it, their threads are the strongest. King Arthur and his knights once brought peace to Avalon. Their very presence helps to calm the turmoil, even now. You've lit the way for some. Now...
Полка. Десь тут ще був один щиток. Де я мав його нажати, вже не помню. Здоров. О! You will come back. А на цей раз ти неуязвимий, да? Не, уязвимий, значить ти пізда. Вибивання нема. Ні, чувачок, це так більше не працює. Я тут трошки прокачався. Давай зробимо це швидше. Вже надоїло його стоять вісить. Є в мене скорость атаки, це круто, мені б кріти. Є в мене флеска на кріти. Що, немає? Походу, да. Угу. О! Оце мені треба. І тоді на мазочку мені треба. На пушечку. На блід. Скорим трохи твоє опізділювання. Не будеш ти мене більш зайобувати, ніхуя, комбарь. В мене ФПС через ці ефекти його падають. Що з їбалом, чувачок? Більш не хочеться вийобуватись? Ага. Поняв. Оці штуки мені треба збирати. Просто ставати на них, і я собі силу короля Артура АП. Типа оцей мікробурст, чи як це гамно назвати. Ну, коротше, не важно. Здоров, шапочки. Бам! Бам! Десь я пам'ятаю, ще тут був щиток, може він і якраз на цій башні, якої мені треба. Очільсь. Давай зробимо привал, вкачаємось. Це повна херня якась. Тоже не особо інтересно. Хороша тема, але таке. Давай тоді оставимо, подивимося, що ця корона буде давати. Блін, навики. Я оце хотів. Блять, знов говорити з цим фріком.
I'd rather not speak of him, but I suppose Morgaine and we shared only half our blood, yet both inherited the worst of our father's traits. Pride, arrogance, stubbornness. I was angry at her for humiliating me yet again, and angry at Gawain for falling so easily into her trap. He was never the perfect knight, nor did he try to be. But he was brave and bold, and he didn't deserve to become a pawn in our quarrel. I should have taken more of an interest in his fate, but there was always something more pressing, until I ran out of time. Although, if you think about it, we did end up sharing similar fates.
Понятно. Мені вроді 8 надо було, да? Сприяття. На ці шмоточки. Тепер. І це можна носити. Да, це звучить набагато прикольніше, хоч і виглядає як гівно. Поки цей нагрудник вдівати не буду. От штанішки, да, можна. Не поняв. Я що, не забрав ті штани? Та мав би. Куди їх там не було. Ладно. Ці вже улучшені. Я би ці взяв. Ну, поки так, значить. Це що в мене покраще. Виглядає як гівно. Ну ладно.
You disturb my peace.
Що, забавний якийсь ти.
You fight like a milk.
Десь нахуй. Де то ще щит? От не помню, і піздець. Скріншоти робити з цими шрайнами. А може це він якраз і був третім. Що ти, чилиш? Ти в херлі тут робиш? Да, це він і був.
Greetings, my king. If you're seeing this message, it means Caradoc has fulfilled his task, and the wheel of destiny has begun to turn. I am Orin, your majesty's devoted servant, and the apprentice of your friend Merlin. Nothing would bring me greater joy than meeting you face to face. Alas, that must wait, for our paths have yet to cross, though I hope it will be soon. In the meantime, please treat my home as your own. Make yourself comfortable. Rest from your hardships, and seek the knowledge you require. And you, brave vessel, remember to heed your lord, King Arthur, now and always.
І нахуй. Я служить не буду. Поламати не можна. Чого я ще сюди йшов? Спуск, але ми спочатку підемо наверх чи наліво. Ну це ми не виламаємо. Значить ми йдемо спочатку тут пошаримося. Забавно, що в таких серйозних якихось квестових місцях лежить один той самий говнолут. Прям таке щось. Хтось попіздитись хоче? Да. Тут. Що я взагалі тут маю знайти? Понял, поебать.
You have no idea how long I've been waiting for you, my king. I've memorized Merlin's plan for your resurrection. Yet I'm certain my master made a mistake somewhere. I just can't pinpoint quite where. The theory of revival itself, the technique for performing the ritual was flawless. After all, you always returned to us. But I saw how much suffering each resurrection caused you. I wanted to find a way to bring you back to us as the person you truly wished to be.
Я чуть знов щось не поламав. Треба перестати пиздити все підряд. Ладно, йдемо на низ.
My king, I understand that what Merlin and I have done was against the laws of nature. Know how many brave knights gave their lives so we could find a way to bring you back. But their sacrifice was not in vain. With you here, Avalon has a chance to become a true paradise. And now, I believe I've found the way to make it happen.
Сямка з молоком. Блін, я і хавка в мене вже кінчилась. Було б класно її накрафтити. Но, скоріш всього, в next локації я буду піздо отхватувати. Навірно. Я то хилюся пасивно, але ну... Блять, це трошки не то. Мати якесь хороше хрючево, це прям... Найс тема була. Наприклад, на баф виносливості чи баф ХП. Щоб мені це зробити, мені треба фласку, яка реролу робить характеристики цього всього. Я сразу же собі викачаю все, блядь, що можна. Мені штуки 3 цих фласок треба було. Але ладно. Може в next локації знайду ще. І це все? О, реально це все? Да. Мав цей дневник почитати. Ладно, давай прочитаємо. Блять, тут вище читати. Угу. Виглядає як фінальний антагоніст. Бо це він тоді воскрешав нас. Ну, верніше, цього короля Артура. Ладно. У цьому мувіку на початку. І він, походу, жорстко монтував. Я думав, то Мерлін. Але, походу, ні. А може і Мерлін. Поки що ніхіра не понятно. Ладно. Так. Окей. Мені треба відійти на минутку. Прикольно. Інтересно, що це? Надіюсь, це буде один з босів, якому я дам про піздона. Куди мене відправляють? Ага, в проходи. Сюди піти? Чи сюди? Давай сюди, як людина піде. Раз тут є переход бистренький. Та й там, в принципі, теж є. Але перед цим я хотів до друїда мітнутись. Надіюсь, не здохну. Блять, майже. Мені просто інтересно, чи є в нього той ключ, чи нема. Куча елікс. Блін, якось навіть грустно йти з цієї локації вже. Не дуже хочеться покидати це місце, бо там зараз знову буде куча піздьожі. Раніше я піздець як любив ці квести, там де попіздіть, щось послухати. Споминаючи, як я проходив перший раз в Отіку першу, це просто було шикарно. Я поки з всіма не перепиздів, нічого не міг зробити. І просто бігав і слухав всіх. Та боже, чели. Давайте. Так довго телитись. Блін, так обідно, що я гільдію алхіміків проїбав просто нещадно. Ну ладно, може коли-небудь я в цю ігру ще вернуся. І тоді вже пройду нормально. Але то вже буде за якийсь другий білд. Не такий тупорилий, надіюсь. Де ми? Хімік десь тут. Десь друїд. Туди і підемо. По прямій. Це черепушки. О. Не в ту сторону воюєш, долбайоб. По-моєму, не трогаєм. Кстати, от кому ці скальпи дезертирів здавати? На екс-локації може комусь, але це якось нелогічно. Ладно. Звичайно. Це що, і лут відреспавнився весь? Чи я просто цей міні-кемп не бачив? Скоріш всього, да. Я сюди не приходив. О, тут я точно не був. За чільс. Це зверху, да? А, я постійно тут пробігав мімо. Якось впадло було сюди пригати. Хуй з ним візьму. Треба чекати, що в нього в карманах.
Just go down or...
Тупо заспавнився тип.
I know how this ends.
Та стукни уже. Опу. Це теж бред такий пістець. Тупо десь в жопі світу спавниться стражник, якщо ти крадеш. Який бред. Ой. Давай ще раз попробуємо сперти цей талісман друїда.
Let's get this over with.
Я нічого тебе не брав. Не получилось, да? Ладно. Скоріше всього, в мене мінімальний шанс на кражу. І я зараз хуйньою маюсь. Так що, ладно. Пішли далі. Блядь, що це за талісман друїда? І не зря ж мені цю карманну кражу добавили.
Just go down already.
Чиль. Ага. Параша повна. На того не стоїть. Я думав, в нього це якийсь типа ключ. Але ладно. Получається, тут дві локації ще я не зміг зайти. Бо до них треба якісь ключі. Поняття немає, де їх брати. Ну, ладно, погнали. Навіть дуже обідно. От чо, не закрити ту піщеру на такий самий ключ квестовий. З'їбали. Це все мені поки не треба. Давай тоді оприділим. Хороша штука. Гімно. Нормальна тема. Жорстко. Параша. Блять, дерево, серйозно? Є. Не. Якось не дуже прикольні штуки мені падають. Ау. І зараз фастравлінтись я не зможу, так що ми зробимо так. І все, можемо. Кайфом. Тоді йдемо вигрузимося і валимо нахуй з цієї локації. Щоб ж тут ловить. Правильно. Потім це все порозпродаю, получу кучу баблішка. Це так і не пригодилося. Улучшать поки нічого не буду. Да, хай буде це. Понадобиться. каски. Хуй знає, що з ними робити, що чесно. Сурсиків підмотив. Цю одну можна буде продати. Ну і все. Можна видвигатися. Правильно? Да, ще раз почекаємо. Багований. Багований. Тоже забагований. Блять, за оцей піздець обідно. Я хочу ще раз туди сходити, може получиться. Чи може просто локацію поміняти. Сюди тепешнутися і йти далі. Погнали. New location. Вона виглядає маленькою, якщо чесно. Тоді йдемо сразу сюди. Да. Йдемо сразу в столицю. Наверно, даже нічого відкривати більше не буду. Напряму по піздошу, прямо в столицю. Понабираю квестів, щоб менший шанс був забагувати все к хірам. Пофайтитись я ще тут встигну. Да, ізі. Типу ще по левелу не виросли. І виглядають прикольно. А ні, слухай, вони жирніші набагато стали. Нові дагіра. І танчик. А, це шкелети обичні. Ну, все одно, якщо чесно, я трохи ОП, навіть для цієї локації. Ну, урона я став набагато менше наносити по них. Що в минулі я бігав так само всіх ваншотів, то тут вже прям доволі больно мені стало. Треба точно ці шарики збирати. Бать, я тут голди зараз підніму. Якщо знайду, звісно, фласочки. Я взагалі не хотів нічого обнаружувати. Що я обнаружив? Крепость. Єбать. Далеко ж мені пертися. Давайте тепер подивимося, скільки воно стоїть і скільки воно важить. Це як було говном, таке сталося. Говно. 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 Обідно. Значить, ці пушки можна не збирати. Тоді нам треба вийти на дорогу і тупо по ній пертися. О, новий скінчик трупоєдів. Це, кстати, круто, що вони міняються в залежності від біома. Опа. Полярний медведь. А що в мене по стаміні? Куди вона ділась? Тут і музика помінялася, що круто. Ну, може, то ця лока не така маленька, як мені кажеться. Титанова руда. Ядовита титанова стріла. А це жорстко. Але буде направо на розвилці. Красиво. Здоров. Сука, харить оце збивання з ніг. Здоров.
It's crawling with monsters out there, isn't it? I'm hiding here to get my strength back before moving on. They call me Runner because I'm a fast runner. If I were still with my tribe, I'd have introduced myself as Shabba. But Scarin the Skin Taker gave me that name, and I just got used to it. Not really. My greatest sin was being a Gunvolder who survived. None of the other tribes would take me in. They think my survival goes against everything the Delrita stand for. Can you believe that? As if surviving is beneath the Delrita. Who needs us dead? Only the worms in the ground. So I joined Scarin the Skin Taker's band. We were like a family, until Scarin decided there was no place for me in his ranks. He's the top dog around here. After I joined him, he called me Runner. Said it was for how fast I run away from a fight. He's one mean son of a bitch. At first, it seemed like we all shared the same idea, uniting the Delrita, even the Nameless ones. But over time, he started losing it. He sees conspiracies everywhere, trusts no one, stuff like that. I think the power got to his head. I've heard it happen sometimes. Out of here. Anywhere. The farther the better. I've got just one last piece of unfinished business keeping me in these lands. But I need a lot more strength before I finish my mission. And all these monsters sure aren't making things any easier. I want to get rid of Scarin the Skin Taker. He shouldn't rule over anyone, and he certainly shouldn't try to unite all the scattered Nameless under his banner. But if he succeeds, the way he is now, he'd have us attacking our own brothers. I've had enough bloodshed. One eye's off to his war, and word is that Gurfhan wants to call the moot and go to war with Camelot. Or with one eye for going after Camelot. Either way, it ends with us spilling more of our own blood. But it's the truth. And I was thinking, if you're willing, we could make a deal. You see, if Scarin were to be killed by someone outside the Delrita, not only would he die, so would his legend. My Nameless brothers will see the truth. Someone wiser will take his place, and we'll live in peace. Exiled, maybe, but still honorable. Great! That's what I... Bring me his head, and I'll share what I took when I left the You won't be disappointed. Don't you worry about that.
Ладно. Раз ми вже прийшли сюди. Далі мені сюди попробувати пройти, да? Я міг би і сюди піти. Коротше, треба якось сюди добратися. Тут я не іслідував. Трохи бісить, що воно відмітилося, але лазити там, де мені поки не треба по квесту, я більш не хочу. Не хочу більш багувати квести. І не треба більш нікого пиздити просто так. нічим хорошим це ніколи не кінчалось. Це в нас що? Крепость. Ну ладно.
Someone's out there. Your gold belongs to us now.
Блять, ні, чуваки. Скільки це стоїть, щоб я знав, чи збирати його, чи ні? Нормально, нормально. З'їмба. Берем тоді. Значить, забитий топор теж не дотягне. Оу, щіт. Nice weapon, bro. А чо ти так склеїлась, як мусор? Та хватить тут же, ти чуєш? Сфера. А, понял, що це. Опа. Чекаємо. Угу. Це типа усиление моей королевской херней, чи? А, мусор. Це ж таке собі, блядь.
Did you hear something? You're well. This is my lucky day. This is gonna hurt. We'll make short work of you.
Там. Камішки це хорошо. Так, далі куди ми направляємося? Направо, да? Це скоріш всього буде якась лідяна сталь. Можу поспорити. Ну, мідь я вже бачу. Це ж з нею. Ну нічого, це теж мані. Такі желізо обично. Метеоритики. G2. Приятно, що вони до кожної локи свою звукову тему присобачили. Очень тяжело. Ого. І тут всяке говно. Ці мечі духу я важить і ніхуя не стоїть, так що... Чел, спускайся. Значить, для того білда, що в мене зараз, мені більше реально підійде броня того зеленого типа даровного жаба. Так само получаєш пізди безнещадно. Так. Ні, мені сюди треба якось попасти. Це обов'язкова тема. Бля, я застряг, так що прийдеться юзати. Давай сюди лутик. Спасибо. О, якісь нові моби. А ви що таке? Студень. Прикольно, прикольно. Угу. Охуєть. Типу по цьому мечу можна буде кудись пробігтись. Круто. Ну це вже потом, коли я до кімпа доберусь. А, типа похуй. Походу оцей взрив, типа такий. Оцей ефект. Ніби я по якомусь піску в'їбав. Це ауєшка йде. Відкрита. Це круто. Туманній. Все закисне. Так, далі направо. Нереально зверху живуть. Ну, поїхали. З полюбасу, якщо якийсь мувік почнеться, це жорсткий мінус вуха.
I sensed your approach, my king. I, Gurfan of the Gunvaldir tribe, salute you as my forefathers decreed. Ah, so you're still speaking with your own voice. Good. At least I won't have to bother with that formal drivel Camelot loves so much. Tell me, how does it work with the two of you? Does the king speak through you sometimes? Will he ever come out and talk to me face to face? Or does he just sit there quietly, never getting involved? Either way, I've got a few things to say to him. Not exactly. Ah, so he won't be speaking. Still too weak, is he? Not surprising. Well, then give my regards to the old man. Tell him the Gunvaldir tribe stayed loyal to the old treaties right to the end. The same can't be said of the Camelocians. A pack of cowardly dogs without honor. I hope Arthur's squirming in your head, seeing what his beloved capital has been up to. Normal ones, honorable. He entrusted us with the forlorn swords and his crown, the one he used to command giants. We were sworn to guard them. In return, Camelot was supposed to leave us alone, now and forever. But the Camelocians didn't hold up their end of the deal. May their souls rot in the weirdness. Can you hear me, Arthur? The treaty is rubbish. I'm rallying the tribes, and we're marching on Camelot. Nothing can stop us anymore. Except ourselves, damn it. Why? He's barely gotten his life back, and not even all of it. Does he have a death wish or something? There's a passage, sure. And if you're Arthur, it will open for you. Go ahead, if you think you're strong enough. Nobody's gonna stop you. But let me warn you, it's not going to be an easy journey, or a short one. Well, the giants are asleep, at least on the surface. But below, what if they wake up when they see Arthur? I doubt they'll be happy. And if the giants weren't enough, there are still the monsters and other surprises. The legends about this place make it all pretty clear. If I were you, I wouldn't go in there. At least, not until you're sure you have the strength to handle what's hiding inside. Or without the blessing of the tribes, as agreed 600 years ago. You'd know that if you remembered our agreements, Arthur. Yes, the funny thing about our king, as you may already know, was that he was pretty sure of himself and his abilities. He knew he could march in there, grab his crown whenever he wanted, so he didn't sweat when he made a deal with our ancestors. He said he'd come back for his royal hat only if the kingdom was in a dire situation and if all tribes agreed to let him. Traditionally, this was meant to be done during a moot, an assembly of the tribes, and I'm calling one, so we can help each other out if you're up for it. They won't. Our tribes aren't exactly known for getting along and gathering them all in one place at the same time. That's almost a miracle. But now they've left Gunvelder in its time of need, and they're ashamed. And that's even worse. That's why you have to shame them even more, so that they have no choice but to come here or risk their honor. And if they say they won't come because, then you'll deal with a because, right? After all, you're the king, aren't you? Well, I need the chieftains to come here because we have to agree on a united front if we're going to fight Camelot. And I want to make damn sure that we fight Camelot not as a solitary tribe, like hot-headed One-Eye once, but as a united force. But I'm worried that something might be keeping them from leaving their villages. I'd like you to look into it. Exactly. There's only one sane course of action, but you do you. I'll be waiting. I'm not going anywhere. As a Gunvelder, I've got nowhere to go anyway. An eye for an eye. There's no other way. Does that surprise you? I was the one who honored the old treaties Camelot violated. I was the one who tried to convince One-Eye not to throw people into guerrilla warfare, but to organize a proper military campaign instead. But for that, I'd need united tribes, and getting us all to work together on our own turf, that's proven to be exceptionally difficult. If you ask me, they got scared. The giant in our village started glowing. Maybe waking up, maybe coming alive. Whatever it is giants do. We were glad, though the other tribes, not so much. They envied us, no doubt about that. And that's probably why they didn't lift a finger to help when Camelot invaded our lands. Us, the Dalrida, we have changed. We're a shadow of our ancestors. But we were not the first to raise our weapons. Well, you see, the giants for us are a bit like gods. We call them our protectors. It's a tradition dating back to the battles of the Age of Legends. The Dalrita befriended the giants long before Arthur ever did. There was peace between us, even when we stood on opposite sides of the war. We honor them because we believe that when they awaken, they will repay our care with their protection. It's good to have allies like them. What can I tell you? We're gone. Only a few of us are left, scattered across all of Avalon. I'm still here, and so is One-Eye. He's convinced he can take Camelot with a handful of hot-headed youngsters. Foolish dreams, suicide, call it what you like. We were brave, proud, and deeply connected to nature. Each of us bonded our soul to an animal, sharing strength between us. I won't tell you more than that. I don't want to. I can't. All of this is still too fresh for me, too raw. King Arthur. His presence clings to you like a shadow, unmistakable to those who still remember him. Your words, your actions, they carry the weight of him. The way you stand, even your damn stubbornness. Arthur always left his mark on those he touched. The Gunvilder haven't forgotten. Betrayed by Camelot or not, our blood still remembers the old king. But don't mistake my recognition for trust. If Arthur truly walks with you, prove it. Show me his legacy still lives and breathes. As of now, 4. The Volker, the Svein, the Ulfra, and the Toyd. Each one with its role, each one with its problems. Mages, clever but strange. Their power is real, but their methods, unsettling. They see the world differently. Useful in a fight, but don't expect to understand them. Still, strength is strength, even if it's wrapped in riddles and sparkles. The Ulfra are warriors, the best of us. Or they were. They've gone silent. No word from their chieftain, no sign of life near the haunted keep. I fear what might have befallen him. The Svein are hunters and guardians of something ancient, what they call a god. Forest devilry, if you ask me. Dangerous enough for us to keep our distance. The Volker were our berserkers, Mather's chosen warriors, unstoppable in battle. But Mather abandoned them, or so they believe. Now their rage is dulled, and they're slipping into despair. If we don't reignite their spirit, we risk losing them entirely. Each tribe carries a part of our legacy. If we are to stand together again, we'll need them all, even the ones who've lost their way. Yes?
Ладно, на цьому поки що все. Мені треба перекусити, трохи підзачилитись. І не знаю, може ще ввечері підроблю, може ні. Поки не знаю, ну точно думаю, що завтра підроблю. Окей, тоді на созвоні.